मिस्टर बाल्की, इलैयाराजा साहब आपकी फिल्मों में संगीत देते ही हैं। इसमें मैंने एक पीस भी सुना हनी सिंह का, जो ट्रेन के आसपास था। तो इसमें एक लाइन लिखी है पोस्टर पर, अगर मैं देख सकता हूँ, म्यूजिक प्रोड्यूसर भूषण कुमार। तो एग्जैक्टली ये क्योंकि बगल में इलैयाराजा भी लिखा हुआ है।
Okay, that is an important thing in this film. Also, for the first time, I asked Bhushan ji to kind of produce the music. Normally, T-Series does the music for their own films, produces the music for their own films, and they work with the team to kind of create music for other thing and finally acquire the music. But this time, I think we met Bhushan ji and I asked him to produce the music for the film, in the sense that I explained the situations of the film to him, explained the stuff. I didn't say this person should compose the track or this person should write the track. I left it to him, and then we worked together to kind of get the tracks absolutely right. But it was a fantastic experience because I think music has to be produced like that. Gone are the days when you kind of say that this is the music, take it or leave it, and try and sell music to somebody. I think he's the expert as far as music goes. He knows what the audience likes, and I know what's right for my film. If those two match, there is nothing better than that. Why shouldn't it be like that? I would advise that for everybody.
Kareena, there were so many reports that you broke your no kissing policy. Did you actually have a policy like that you broke for this?
Well, आपकी लाइफ इंश्योरेंस पॉलिसी है ना, वो ज्यादा जरूरी है। वो पॉलिसी चाहे तेल लेने, वो जरूरी है।
No, but did you actually have?
But that I think the media already knows that. I mean, I had read that there was this policy. I don't think.
I checked with her where she's taken out this policy.
Where this is coming from.
जीवन बीमा जो कराया था इन्होंने किसिंग को लेके।
But you know, this kissing is made a big deal out of, because what are husbands and wives supposed to do at home?
No,
I mean, when they come home, what will they do? They will discuss.
This is what
I was asking somebody. I mean,
this
they saying kiss, and it's and you're supposed to be a cool husband and wife. What would you do? I mean, I really want to ask various people.
Sequel to Kian you have two flowers instead of a face. Going back retro.
Arjun, hi.
Ji,
Arjun,
hello,
you
ma'am.
look like a master chef in the kitchen, in the film. Have you really learned to cook? And
I must be a bloody good actor if I've convinced you I'm a master chef. A lot of people might not agree on the basis of the trailer that I'm a bloody good actor.
A lot of people will not agree on the basis of the food that was cooked by him.
Yeah. But I did, when I did hear the film, I told Balki, so it's just, there's a lot of sequences shot within the kitchen. It's not so much about the cooking, but I wanted to be comfortable around the kitchen and not feel lost. When I'm picking up a utensil, when I'm cleaning something, when I'm washing something, when I'm cutting something, I wanted to be able to hold the knife correctly. So I'm not kind of bothered about the activity. It should be normal every day, which is what, जैसे आप जब खाना बनाते होंगे घर पे, आप बात करते करते, टीवी देखते देखते, फोन पे बात करते करते, तो वो सब भी सीखा, जैसे आटा गूंथते गूंथते फोन पे बात करना.
Listen, I need a maid in my house. Arjun, the way I'm very impressed. Look at the way with the conviction that you're.
मतलब पिक्चर नहीं चली तो यही करना पड़ेगा अब. ये तो कंफर्म लग रहा है कि आगे कोई पिक्चर मिलने नहीं वाली. इन्होंने बावर्ची भी बना दिया, मेड भी बना दिया. और वो वाला मेड मत बना देना जो बच्चे हो जाए उसके बाद तब बुला के पैम्पर भी बदलवाने.
हेलो बाल्की जी, पिक्चर 1 अप्रैल को रिलीज हो रही है, तो ये कोई खास आपने अप्रैल फूल्स डे चुना है या ऐसे ही?
I think we three are the biggest fools to have done this film. That's why. I mean, I just believe that it's a fun film, and normally people would say, "Hey, what a foolish couple! How can they live like that?" You know, the normal stereotype people would say, "How can you do this? I mean, useless man. What are you sitting at home and kind of cooking out there? Why when his wife is working hard?" So I think it's also a thing, a kind of a statement saying that, yeah, if you think it's foolish, so it is.
And we have a song which has that word in it also, which you'll.
It's the whole thing. Their love is called foolish. So it's about that, and
है इस बार सोच के किया मैम, ऐसे नहीं कि डेट चुन के वास्तु के हिसाब से, न्यूमरोलॉजी के हिसाब से, थोड़ा थॉट प्रोसेस भी है इस पिक्चर में.
Right, आपका सवाल.
Balki ji, hi,
Yeah.
on your left hand side.
Yeah.
Karmik here from ikarmik.com.
Yeah.
Hi. Balki ji, I wanted to ask you this question from a very long time. You make movies like Chini Kam, you've made Pa, and so on and so forth. ये जो हट के आप करना चाहते हैं हमेशा, इसकी bravery आपको कहाँ से और inspiration कहाँ से मिलता है आपको?
No, nothing like hatke. I think people say just because we've seen 4 films that are similar doesn't mean one film which is not similar is hatke. I mean, there's nothing hatke about it. It's a light, simple, fun film, and I don't know what's so hatke about a man playing a home maker and a woman.
अभी इतना 1.5
playing a
घंटे का
very-
build-up दिया, it's different.
So
it's
I'm
different
just saying, I would feel it that way. So I don't think it's hatke. It's just a fun film, which is a relationship based on two people. And I've never kind of set out to do something hatke. First of all, if you're going to labor for 1 year to do a film, it had better be something worth it. Otherwise, why would you kind of, it's the most traumatic process. Anybody who says filmmaking is fun is a bullshitter, because I think it's the most laborious process in the world. And the material or the thought had better be worth the trouble. For sometimes the thought works, sometimes it doesn't, but at least in your head, it must be worth the effort to go through that 1 month. At least for all of us, it should be worth that.
This one I did cajole him a lot. He won't confess, but I literally like cajoled him. Sir, please, sir, we should. I want to cook. I wanted to learn how to cook, so I convinced him to do this.
So he was there actually. We had Arjun just dropped in one day, and I needed a person who, by no stretch of imagination, would be a homemaker, and that was him. Okay, look at him; he can never be a homemaker in his life. That's just in the Tevar, we were all that.
The reputation.
So I said, okay, this is the guy who's actually the thing. And I had a couple of ideas. He said, no, do this one. And I said, no, I don't. I was very bored. And since you said Chini Kampa and did not say Shamitab, so I was very, kind of a little. So I know what it felt. So I was going through that little zone, and Komal would agree with me, and he slammed me for it. So, so I was just in
Komal
that
is
zone.
nasty,
I said,
huh? This movie
I
sucks to me.
swore to people that
I'm going to take a
I will
selfie.
not, nobody will die in the film. Nobody will go out unhappy. Everybody will be happy. Even if they're crying, they should be smiling and crying. And that's everybody smiling and crying. Everybody is happy. It's a happy film.
Eros
I hope
also should be happy on
Eros
release.
happy is the happiest people at the end of it, because they are our producers. And if Eros is happy, it'll be Eros and Naidu must be very happy, and they are the two people who really matter. And if they are happy.
No, okay. But Arjun, you were cutting and chopping really well, as long as those were your hands only. So I
Well, I have evidence.
Okay. So
I
did
did injure myself when I going through the process.
you
of the
really
film.
did
मैंने इस
that?
picture के लिए खून दिया.
Okay. fantastic.
Stitches है, permanent. And if you see the film also, the hand has this injury. Anyways, thank you for that compliment. अभी मर्दों से भी यही तारीफ मिलना बाकी थी. आप खाना बहुत अच्छा काटते हो.
Okay. The final question is.
मेरी सब्जी काटिए ना please. आके.
The final question is to the two of you, Kareena and Arjun. See, we live in a day and age where we talk about women empowerment and feminism, but I feel that this is totally restricted to the internet. On the internet, everybody wants to see women empowerment. They want to comment about it. They want to use hashtags, etc., etc. But in reality, I think the scene is really different. So I would love to understand your take on this difference that exists between online and realism.
I mean, you're almost making it seem like the country has two sides that run to it, where the internet and the rest of the country don't merge at some point. The onus is also on the media where this is concerned. You have to be able to educate people to kind of move beyond the stereotypes. We in our own films showcase it in certain ways, but obviously we make entertaining films. It's an ongoing process here. कोई भी change एक country में, I mean, चलिए, without going into even very far back, I became an actor 3 years back. I've had the pleasure of meeting so many female journalists. 7-8-10 साल पहले ले लीजिए, even the amount of female journalists that existed in our country was slim to none. I mean, Bharti has been around for many years. I've known her. Yeah, but there are so many. I mean, you know the difference. I mean, you guys all know the difference. आप सब यहाँ पे बैठे, all the girls that are sitting here, this choice that you guys have been able to make today, चाहे वो इंटरनेट से आए हो, या आपकी राइटिंग से आए हो, या उनकी परवरिश से आए हो, या स्कूल में उन्होंने फैसला किया हो कि नहीं हम काम करेंगे, वो बदलाव आ रहा है. I think we should try and be more positive about these things rather than having this myopic view कि यार हिंदुस्तान का कुछ नहीं हो सकता. We live in a fantastic country where everybody is allowed to have an opinion and go through life and make the most of it. Now it is your choice what you want to do with it. So take better choices and make the most of it. Stop blaming other people.
I'm voting for you.
One last question we gotta take. One last question.
Arjun, Kareena. Balki ji, there is Amitabh Bachchan and Jaya Bachchan ji's cameo in the film. If you could talk something about it, and can we consider Mr. Bachchan as your lucky mascot as well?
That would really, I don't think he'll be very happy if I call him a lucky mascot. He's not a mascot. He's Amitabh Bachchan, number one. He's the country's greatest actor, and that he is here in this film. You will see in this film. It's a special appearance by both Jayaji and Amitji. And when you see the film, I don't want to say more about it. The essence of what we're trying to say is in that particular scene.
He said, boss, I got to work with Amitabh Bachchan from my generation. I'm the first actor that got to share screen space with him, with Jayaji and him together. I think it's an amazing achievement for me. And I'm, कुछ भी हो मेरे करियर का ना, मैं I can look back and say, मैंने तो पहले काम किया था.
All right, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
नितिन आखिरी सवाल.
हाँ जी,
Wait, wait,
okay, okay.
नहीं, अभी कितने से अभी
नितिन हेलो अरे मेरे भाई इधर
कितने लोग? अरे
भाई बना लिया ना, आइए
मैम आप ऊपर ही आ जाइए.
जल्दी आखिरी सवाल प्लीज.
आप सब्जी वब्जी की तारीफ तो नहीं कर रहे
सवाल
हो?
नहीं. बाल्की सर आपसे सवाल है. यहाँ आपने जैसे कहा कि आप सोसाइटी से इन्फ्लुएंस होते हैं. आपने अपने आसपास ऐसा कोई कपल देखा है कि हस्बैंड काम कर रहा है?
Oh, there are lots of people, but I haven't, I know a lot of people like that. They're not friends of mine, but I've heard of a lot of people like that. And I was quite tempted to kind of meet them before doing this film. But then I said, no, I don't want to know what their life is. I want a lot of people to want a certain kind of life that we paint, rather than saying I'm borrowing from somebody's life. I just believe, somewhere believe, yes, we borrow so much from life. Film borrows a lot from life. I think film's job also to give is to give back something. You know, we keep borrowing. It's time to give back also something.
कभी आपने बनाया है
What?
खाना किचन में?
Oh, I love cooking. I can cook. But my wife refuses to eat the food that I cook, but I can't help that.
करीना कभी ऐसे हुआ है कि आप शूटिंग से आई हैं, खैर मेड तो काफ़ी होंगे, कि कभी सैफ आपके लिए कुछ बनाए या कभी कुछ इस तरह का? Any?
Saif, I don't think is a great cook. One day he decided to make pasta for me. It took 12 hours to make it. So I think he's...
इमोशन तो करेक्ट था ना, पर नवाब साहब का इमोशन एकदम करेक्ट था, दिल से निकला था.
Balki sir. Yeah. So you know the movie, obviously, as you mentioned, that it's very different, and with the content and the dialogues and certain scenes, they are a little bold and bit different. Have there been any troubles with the censor?
No, this is children's movie. This is. It's a children's film. It's there's nothing bold about it or anything else. What? Children also kiss, so we also kiss. So children also play with trains, we also played with trains. Children also cook, we also cook. Children also eat, we also eat.
But definitely अगर कुछ नहीं था तो अब समस्या आप खड़ी करवा के छोड़ो. अब तक तो नहीं था, अब वो जागेंगे बोलेंगे हाँ.
No, unless the censors have a problem with women working and men at home, then it'll be a censor problem. I'm sure that they won't.
बस थैंक यू सो मच लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन. जोरदार तालियां हो जाए की और का के लिए. And we have to stop, नहीं तो लोग कहेंगे हिंदी के अलावा मैच भी खराब है.